Have you ever been in a situation with someone, another adult, and when you are talking with them, they are using sophisticated, formal language, using really big vocabulary words with you, and they are sounding as if they are being critical of you, as if they are finding fault with something that you said or did, and they are evaluating you. In this situation, they sometimes can use their words, their big formal vocabulary words, as if they are a weapon against you. And the purpose of it is largely to make you feel small and to put you in place. So sometimes the thinking is, if I try to sound authoritarian and I use words and I cloak everything I say in this sophisticated formal language, I will sound like somebody that you need to listen to. And it can really make the other person feel small and feel really bad, even ashamed sometimes, humiliated in some ways. Now, there are a few reasons why this happens. Why does the person use formal language, big vocabulary words as a weapon against you? Well, sometimes they do this to establish psychological dominance. They want to dominate you. They want to dominate the interaction. And they believe if they use certain sophisticated language, they will sound more important, more like a true authority. But what they're really doing is they are operating from a mindset of hierarchies. What they are doing is trying to sound as if they are higher on a hierarchy than you. And they are trying to make you feel low on that hierarchy, which never feels good to anybody. To adults, anytime adults get together and are in conversation, working on an issue, talking, nobody wants to feel as if there is a hierarchy. Everybody wants to feel that they have a certain worth and value and dignity just in their own right. Now, another reason why people sometimes use this sophisticated language as a weapon is because they operate from a more moralistic position. When this person responds to something that you have said or done, they may say things to make you feel like something about what you said or your arguments is inherently wrong, that you may have a lower moral compass than they do. They may say things like, well, what you said is really problematic, or that it really wasn't right to do it. But what they're really trying to do is they're often trying to put you in a position where you feel ashamed of what you said or you did. And the idea is they have a higher moral compass than you. Another reason for this that I want to discuss is intimidation. A lot of times, somebody will use this kind of sophisticated, big vocabulary language to intimidate you, to make you question yourself. Now, somebody may throw out a bunch of big vocabulary words, what I call SAT words, words that people don't necessarily always use all the time. So, number one, the idea is if they use these big words, they sound smart, but also they know, they have probably learned over time that if they use some of these big vocabulary words, it actually also throws people off for the moment. Imagine if somebody's just spewing a bunch of big SAT words at you in one or two sentences. It kind of makes you take a step back for a moment because you also not just have to listen to what they say, but you have to decode the different words and think, no, wait, does that word mean this? Or what does that word mean? And what this does is it puts you in a position of feeling uncomfortable and unsure of yourself. It makes you kind of stop in your tracks. And this is all a part of an intimidation tactic with these individuals sometimes. And the final factor that I want to talk about is psychological distancing. Sometimes when a person is being critical of you or finding fault with some sort of thing that you've said, some position that you've taken on something, sometimes they will use this extremely formal, sophisticated language to distance themselves psychologically from you. The individual can use psychological distancing in a way to keep them feeling calm, but also removed and detached from you in that moment. In a way, it sort of sends this message to you as if you are beneath them. They would not stoop to the level of really truly engaging in any kind of emotional way with you. That's why they are so removed and detached from you. Why? Because it's almost as if with psychological distancing, you are not worthy of them truly investing their true thoughts and feelings in the situation. All of these dynamics are really uncomfortable when it happens. The next time somebody uses this kind of high powered, formal, super fancy, sophisticated language with you, it makes you feel as if you are being evaluated or criticized. It's important to be aware of how this is often a tactic, and largely it's intended to dominate. I'm Dr. Seth, psychologist.